is not clear, so we can put the question. Oh, now I think the time stop. I request everybody, we keep 1 minute silent to pray for the peace and harmony in the world. Amida Park, thank you. Here's a good evening, near midnight. I think from America it's morning, isn't it? What times now in New York and your place, Thầy Huyền?
It's a 12:20 p.m. in New York City, so it's past noon hour.
And Thầy Huyền?
Here the 11 a.m.
And Canada?
It's 10:15 in the morning.
I see. And Australia? Anybody from Australia? No? Europe? Europe?
In Europe, in the 7:20 p.m.
Okay. In Vietnam?
In Vietnam, it's 23:18.
Oh, okay. Okay. Good evenings, everybody. Today is you are most welcome on the Zoom talks. I'm very happy to welcome all of you. Now I'm living in Lumini. Firstly, I would like to introduce you Lumini. This is the birthplace of the Buddha. One of the most sacred place of Buddhism. So I would like to invite all of you should come here to visit, and then you can stay in our temple, monastery. And this is a very wonderful, long story. And then after visiting Lumini, if you have time, I think all of you should visit Himalaya. From there, you can meditate and then enjoy very beautiful, wonderful beauty of Himalaya. So today, the topic today is we will discuss about the happiness. What is the happiness? How can we get happiness? What is the problem with the happiness? And this topic, not only in the present time, but many thousand years ago, human being and even Deva, they have to discuss, spend a lot of time to discuss about this problem. And we are living in 21st century. And since many centuries, many scholars, many spiritual leaders also try to find the best way to bring the happiness. But still many problems. So today was just starting. So I would like to request all the young people, the students from different continents, and you can put the question first. And then after that, I will request His Excellency and Divine Mothers and other professor to discuss about this matter. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Okay, now there are some young student people. You can raise the hand and put the question.
You can give the question for him about that. If you have a question, you can.
If you have the question, firstly.
I have a question.
Yes.
Dear Master, Divine Mother, Ambassador Ranjit Ray, and other listener. So my name is Bảo Anh, and Guru called me Diệu Đức Tâm. So I have something I want to share about true happiness, and Also, I have a question. So I live in Vietnam now, and I have the opportunities to go out, to hang out with friends, to go to the movies, to go get bobas or go for a walk with mom and sis. But meanwhile, my friends in foreign countries like in Nepal, in the US, in Germany are still quarantined because of COVID-19. And I'm very grateful for my opportunities and also very happy that I get to live a normal life right now, even though COVID-19 is still happening in the world. So my question is it true that people with gratitude also have happiness? Yeah, that's my question. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Another question? This is very interesting. And Dan?
Hi. First, I thank you for everyone are in this meeting, and especially for Mr. Thầy Huyền Diệu. And I have a question. So, can happiness being measurable? And if it can measurable, so why that they can measurable, and if not, so why it can't measurable?
Your question is not very clear, and today's we should discuss what is the happiness. How can we get happiness? What is a happiness, isn't it? That is very important. Another question?
So my name is Phúc, and I am the student of Master Huyền Diệu. I graduated from Saimaa University from Finland, and I've been working and studying, and I've been to more than 10 countries. In the journey of searching for happiness, I've been struggling with materialism. Like, I got motivated a lot about from my friends and my professors of getting more money and, you know, getting a high job and just getting all of the material that I could get, and then I could be happy. But I listened to them. I graduated. I went back to Vietnam, worked in international company, and I got a very high job, but I didn't feel happy at all. And then I want to ask Guru that is that the materialism, getting richer, is it relevant to the real happiness? So that is my question.
Okay, question, good question. Okay. Anyone else? It's a very interesting, very interesting, very interesting. These questions, even Deva and before 6th, 7th centuries, even the Indian king, they proposed good price, many kilo gold. For those philosophers can answer this question. And they discussed on so many years. But after that, they couldn't answer. And they go to different great philosophers, try. And even now, even we are seeing so-called high technology, but we also very much confused about happiness. I think now, if you have another question, you can put later on. Now I'm very happy to welcome to His Excellency Ranjit Rai. He's very, His Excellency, you are very wonderful ambassador. You have a lot of experience. So we would like to request you to share your idea. how can we get happiness? And what is happiness? So please.
Thank you, Guruji. I mean, it's really a great pleasure for me to participate in this program, and especially to interact with young people, because they are the leaders of tomorrow. You know, they are going to lead human civilization into the future. And, you know, the questions they're asking are very fundamental questions. These have been asked by sages, by kings for thousands of years. And it's very difficult to say whether there is any one clear, one concise and very specific answer to these questions. So what is happiness? So is happiness joy? Is happiness pleasure? Is happiness contentment? Does happiness depend on material success? Is happiness something temporary? Is it something of longer duration? Is it something that is more permanent? So these are very fundamental questions. And then, can you have happiness without unhappiness? Can you have happiness without sorrow? If there is no sorrow, would you experience happiness? Would you know what happiness is? So these are very difficult, very, very difficult questions. And I have been thinking about this matter ever since you invited me to this program. And, you know, so what is happiness? You know, I might have an ice cream and feel very happy for a little period. But, you know, if I keep having ice cream after ice cream after ice cream, I don't think I'll be very happy. I'm seeing a nice movie in a cinema theater and feel very happy for 3 hours. I meet with friends, I'm very happy. I have achieved success. I've made a lot of money, as our young friend from Vietnam who has studied in Finland says. You make a lot of money, you are very successful, you have a nice, fine family. Is that sufficient for happiness? So what is happiness? And to my mind, happiness does not only depend on external factors. It's not that you have to have something, or you have to you know, be friendly with someone, or to possess something to be happy. Yes, this gives you pleasure, it gives you joy, it gives you temporary happiness or satisfaction. But after a while, it doesn't give you the same kind of, you know, enduring satisfaction, real happiness, as you have said in the title of this program. And in Eastern philosophy, I think our sages have said that a lot of the material pleasures are actually illusory pleasures. If you have them, you're happy. If you don't have them, you're unhappy. This is all related to attachment. And if you have attachment to something, you're happy when you have it. But when you don't have it, you're unhappy. So this is not real happiness. So real happiness comes from non-attachment to material pleasures. So you have to look for a higher level of happiness, which doesn't depend on external factors. It depends on you. It depends on your mind. And it is really the mind which is central to whether you are happy or not. You can be a rich man, you can be a millionaire, you can own the best cars and still not be happy. And at the same time, you may not be very rich. You have enough to eat, you're comfortable, and you might be very happy. So I think this is a very meaningful question. And my sense is that at some stage, I think every human being thinks about this question. What is it that I'm living for? What is it that I want to do with myself, achieve in my life? After I have achieved success, then what? And so these are very deep questions. And I think eventually, to my mind, if I look at the meaning of real happiness, to me, the word contentment seems to reflect that, where you are not swayed by external elements. You are stable in your mind, in your thinking, in your non-attachment. So as the Buddha has also said, he always talks about the middle path of shunning extremes, of not going to extremes, of a life of moderation, of balance. And perhaps that is the way to real happiness. And real happiness is not only mental happiness, but spiritual happiness. So how do you go from the phase of physical happiness, which depends on material well-being, to mental happiness, which depends on the mind, and finally to spiritual happiness, which we might say is moksha or mukti or nirvana in the Buddhist philosophy. So I think I'll stop there, Guruji, and thank you for giving me this opportunity. It's a fascinating discussion.
Oh, thank you very much, Excellency. And one question some people put, now we have very rich in materialism. We have car, building, money, but why many problems come to us? That can you explain to us the reason why before we go build a car, now we have very good car, very good aeroplane, but we are not happy. The reason why? Can you tell me?
So I personally feel that this happiness is coming out of attachment. When you get your first car, you're very happy. Then you see your neighbor has got a better car. Then you feel unhappy. So you want a bigger car. Then you want an aeroplane. So these are human desires for material elements. And they might give you temporary happiness. They might give you some pleasure, some joy. But it does not give you permanent happiness. So your permanent happiness does not depend on elements outside you. It does not depend on the car. It does not depend on the aeroplane. It depends on yourself, on your mind, on how you can train your mind to achieve contentment, to achieve, in fact, in Indian philosophy, they say the happiest state is when you have deep sleep. When you are in REM sleep is when you are perhaps happiest and most contented. So that is a time when actually your mind is completely stable without any disturbance. And this contentment does not depend on any external stimulus.
Okay, thank you. In your opinion, in the present situation, how can we get the happiness?
I personally, it's very interesting. And I think one of our friends...
So sometimes I'm joking. I say, if I stay there one night, I can go to Nibbana. I also try to borrow from the bank. I stay there. Not possible. But
Yeah.
I didn't wish an idea. His Excellency, we try to build very good place in Himalaya. But the million of people cannot stay. But if some people do good thing for humanity, we will invite them go there to stay a few days free, of course. What do you think? Yeah.
I think it's an excellent idea. And I think that environment will itself transform these people and, make them better leaders and contribute more to the happiness of society.
Yeah. Particularly some aggressive leaders. I think even the former President Trump, if we try to convince him go there, stay 1 week, then he's right there.
Yeah.
This is wonderful.
Yeah.
See, I'm very happy when you have holiday, you trekking Himalaya.
Yes.
Wonderful. Yeah. So please you pray for me. Now I try my best. Because now you see the hotel, the rich, luxurious hotel only for rich people. But in the world, so many people, leaders, they need a lot of things. We should welcome them there to stay few days. I try my best. So now I'm constructing. I wish that play should be finished soon. You are one of our special guests to go there.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you, Guruji. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
And then later, if you some topic, please join with us. Thank you.
Thank you. Greetings from India.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, I wish to see you. So you see, all of you have seen His Excellency Ambassador Ranjit Rai. He gave us the very wonderful experience. Now I would like to invite Divine Mother, Huyen Otre Kitagawa. This is a very wonderful woman. She was the first woman chairperson of the World Religious Parliament. First one, very wonderful. So she working a long time in UN and traveled so many countries in the world. She did a lot of social work, particular for peace. She had a lot of experience. She also the person helped me to bring to work for the peace in Nepal. So today we invite Divine Mother come, and would you kindly share your experience about happiness? What is happiness? How can we get the happiness for the present life? Thank you. Please, Divine Mother.
Good afternoon, everyone from New York City. And I wish to express my deepest appreciation to Thầy Huyền Diệu for extending this invitation to me to share with this English-speaking audience this highly relevant topic today. How can we get real happiness? First of all, the question becomes, what is happiness anyway, as we have been raising this question throughout this conversation. And I will suggest to you that happiness is a state of being. It is often described as having the qualities of joy, satisfaction, contentment, and fulfillment, as the ambassador had previously indicated. While happiness has many different definitions, it is often described as involving positive emotions, mental well-being, and life satisfaction. It is, of course, subjective. So no, there is no instrument by which we can measure happiness. That instrument has not yet been developed in the long march of our technological advancement. It is subjective and therefore self-authenticating. In other words, you know for yourself the particular emotion or state of being that you are in. And it is easily distinguishable from a state of fear, from a feeling of illness, or having a mind that is disturbed by anxiety or depression. Overall, happiness comes from a sense of well-being, of body, mind, and spirit. And these are the three realms, the combined balance of which identifies us as a human being who is well and living life in a satisfying manner. And I will address these three realms in order. The collective well-being of the parts translates into insurance for the promulgation of the state of being of happiness. First, with respect to the body has form and structure and is the vehicle in creation which will take us from point A to point B in our lifetime. Point A is our birth. and point B is our death, or the return of the physical form and structure to dust. The body is a complex biological organism, and it is our responsibility to maintain it in good working condition. If you have an automobile, you know that in order for it to work properly and to take you anywhere, you must fill it with proper gas. For the body, this is proper food. You must have good nutrition. You must also exercise to keep it in good shape, just as you must take the car out and run it in order for it to maintain good working order. And you must keep it clean and ensure that all its working parts are maintained in optimum condition. So many studies show that proper nutrition and exercise are beneficial to the maintenance of good physical health. And when the body is ill, this also affects the mind and the emotions and can throw us into negative states and thoughts. This means that one should refrain from habits that can harm the body. For example, intoxicants, whether alcohol or illicit drugs, that can lead you down the road of addictions that can trap you into illness. As you know, one of the 5 precepts of Buddhism is to refrain from intoxicants. And the 5 precepts are commitments to abstain from killing living beings, stealing, sexual misconduct, lying, and intoxication. And these precepts helps us to avoid the accumulation of negative karma and to maximize one's happiness and a sense of well-being in life. Therefore, we should practice the 5 precepts every day that we live. Second is that the mind should be well balanced and not in a state of agitation, depression, or devoid of peace. The mind is an instrument that should be directed towards practices that can tame it, such as meditation, where it can experience concentrated period of being in the stillness and withdrawn from the constant stimulation of the external world. One should train oneself to sit in quiet repose every day and come into the silence. For in the silence, one can grow in greater awareness. And that awareness, which can help to accelerate our inner development as a person. A mind that is unwell can also benefit from having greater loving presence in your life through a social support system, through a sangha or spiritual community, which is very important to have. So you are all very fortunate to belong to this spiritual community. And if you have loving family and friends, they can also add to your sense of well-being. Because everyone is ultimately searching for that love and looking for that love. But oftentimes, when the mind is not in its proper state, you are looking for love in all the wrong places. So we must refrain from negative thoughts, words, and actions, and to fill our life with gratitude. And the question that arose previously is gratitude importance to happiness? And I will answer that question, yes. Gratitude is essential to finding happiness. And to also have a sense of purpose, one must also have good values and good ethics to abide by, which helps the mind to be in greater peace, knowing that you are living a more fulfilled, respectable, and honorable life, not causing harm or injury to anyone, not stealing or lying or behaving in ways that are violative of the 5 precepts of Lord Buddha. And the great masters over the eons have given sacred teachings, texts, and scriptures that are designed to help us to understand the ways to happiness, wholesomeness, and well-being. And all of the teachings give prohibitions to those behaviors that can harm oneself and others. They also give affirmative actions that one can undertake to develop more fully as a good person. And those include developing the heart of love, compassion, and loving kindness to all sentient beings, and to also have respect and appreciation for the earth and our environment for the earth, which is the physical resource upon which we all live and draw our food, water, and all of the elements that are designed to sustain life. Therefore, taking care of our environment is integral to taking care of ourselves, and this must be deeply understood and practiced daily. Therefore, when Venerable Thầy Huyền Diệu suggests that we be in nature, that in and of itself is providing us as a source of well-being and wholesomeness, because nature is integral to who we are as people. And nature is full of the infinite beauty and abundance that comes from the divine source that created all there is. So when we have meaning and purpose in life that moves us to the higher realms of consciousness, we feel greater happiness and satisfaction in life. Therefore, what we focus our minds upon, that upon which we contemplate, we become. Then let us commit to become kind, loving, and compassionate persons, willing to help those in need, willing to share ourselves with others, and giving up ways of avarice, greed, and the grab for material things, name and fame and wealth, in the ignorant belief that acquiring those things for ourselves will lead us to happiness. You cannot find happiness by creating misery and unhappiness in others, nor can you step on others in your climb in the ambitious world and desires that you may have for the acquisition of name, fame, and material things at the expense of any other person. Third is the awakening to the spirit. In reality, the spirit is the divine source and is pure and perfect, unconditional love, is sacred and most holy. So the spirit is that vital force that gives life to all things, including our bodies, and to our soul, which is the repository of all of our life's experiences, not only in this lifetime, but in all lifetimes. And meditation helps us to be in a state of receptivity to the directions of the spirit that ever seeks to guide us to live life in accordance with its higher principles that move us to the higher realms of consciousness that are in alignment with the universal spiritual laws of love, peace, harmony, and joy. And spirit ever seeks to direct us to create that balance between the body, mind, and spirit. But it is that guiding force that gives life to the body and moves the mind. It is ever present to help us make the corrections that are necessary for our higher evolvement and development. And always, it provides the way of correction made by errors of incorrect perception, negative thinking, and actions that have removed ourselves from that pure and perfect, unconditional love that spirit is and is also the source of. So fear is what arises when we are away from that source of pure and perfect unconditional love. But the spirit is ever willing to have us return to it, return to it. And in the long road of our sacred journey in life and over lifetimes, it is our destiny to return to it or to awaken to it as the reality which is one and the same with who we really are, which is that pure and perfect love itself. When one undertakes the authentic spiritual practice under the guidance of an authentic spiritual master, then in that awakening, we have a completely transformed understanding of life and its profound beauty and meaning. We are always meant to learn the ways to love ourselves and each other from that unconditional love. For attachment, avarice, and the constant need to acquire material things is only a statement that we are making of ourselves, that we have not yet awakened to the truth and are in a state of suffering. The awakening helps us to reprioritize what is important in life and to understand that every moment that we live is an opportunity to grow, to become better human beings. And I want to share what my beloved spiritual mother and master, who was an enlightened being, said: I am neither happy nor sad. So what she was expressing was that she was in a constant state of homeostasis, or that stable equilibrium between interdependent elements, where one exists in a state of supreme peace beyond any mental understanding. And this is the state of transcendence, where we are beyond the pairs of opposites. We have gone into that sacred ground of being, where peace is and pure, unconditional love is. Ultimately, we are all striving to come to that state, and that is a state of enlightenment, moksha, the realization of our oneness with that supreme source of pure and perfect unconditional love. So thank you very much for this opportunity to share with you. And I hope that in this conversation, I have also addressed the questions that materialism and getting richer can detract us from finding real happiness, because that is not what we are striving for. Our true purpose in life is to awaken to the reality of who we really are. And that is the source itself, that is that pure and perfect love. And therefore, when you put your purpose in life is to acquire material things, then happiness will always elude you. And because happiness can never be stabilized in anything that is impermanent, and everything in creation that has form and structure will ultimately go back to dust. And we deceive ourselves into thinking that we can experience this pure and perfect equilibrium by chasing after material things. So real happiness does not come from anything in the material world. So thank you so much for this wonderful privilege and opportunity to share with all of these wonderful young people today who are looking for the answer in life. What is real happiness? In hoping to find the answer for yourselves, that truly you have found happiness, and that true happiness will only come from within you. So thank you so much.
Thank you, Divine Mother.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, Divine Mothers.
Yeah, thank you very much.
You have to reference many good example, but one example I also would like to quote about gratefulness. Very simple, gratefulness. And then this morning I held the talks with the old lady. She says she practiced meditation so many years, but she is not happy, very much confused. But since she started to learn about my mật pháp for the happiness, one of them, I say, what is one of them? She says she follow mật pháp is a gratefulness. Every morning she gratefulness everybody, mother, father, the country, and the people. And she say, oh, Master, wonderful. I practice only 1.5 months now. My life is very happy. You see, well, that is a very simple. If you practice, very much. Divine Mother, you cited so many examples, but one of the gratefulness. For example, now every day you repeat Everybody repeat about 100 times. Gratefulness to the nation, gratefulness to the parent, gratefulness to the mother, father, sister, the governor, everybody, and even the seller of food and the servant, and I think like this one wonderful. She told me, oh, it's wonderful. Just 1 month and a half. Now she got very wonderful result. You see. So now when we open the eyes, we just thinking, how can we get money? But even people get a lot of money, is not so happy, isn't it? They want to buy a car. But when they bought a car, they're not happy. When they have good food, after food also they want fighting. They don't have power. You see, I have seen many political power. They stuck in with her when they get political power. And after that, they are suffering. You see, now after the COVID-19, thank you very much, Divine Mother. So it's a very wonderful. If possible, please chanting one mantra. And I would like to request all of you, keep silent and pay attention to the reciting, listen to the Divine Mother, human, chanting the mantra. It's a wonderful. Many people, they see, when they listen, they get peace. So please.
Thank you very much, Venerable Thay Huyền Diệu, for this privilege and opportunity to recite the beautiful Gayatri Mantra, the mantra of enlightenment, because our true purpose in life is to reach enlightenment. Thank you. Om Bhuvaha. Om Swaha. Om Maha. Om Janaha. Om Tapaha. Om Satya. Om Tat Savitir Varanyam Bargo Devasya Dimahi Diyo Yonaha Prachodoya. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Om, peace, peace, peace. May the infinite love, peace, harmony, and joy of the divine be with you this day and all the days of your lives.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, thank you.
Thank you with gratitude, Divine Mother.
Thank you.
Divine Mother.
Thank you very much.
Would you like to ask the Divine Mother, can you explain about your chanting, the meaning of chanting? It's very interesting, but I don't understand about the language in the chanting.
Yes, I'm reciting the Gayatri Mantra in its original Sanskrit. And Sanskrit is one of the most ancient languages of the sacred. So in the formulation of this mantra is that sacred vibration that is resonating at the highest levels of peace and love. And basically, it is giving homage to the divine source of all there is, and invoking the blessing that we will all awaken to the realization that we come from this source. We will return to this source, as is our destiny to do, and to awaken to the source of all there is. And in that awakening, to understand that the source itself is pure and perfect, unconditional love and peace. So in my love for all of you, I recite this supreme, it is a Maha Mantra. And there is no greater blessing and sharing of love than to recite this mantra for each and every one of you, because the sacred vibration that emits from my heart of love for you is carried in the sacred vibration of this mantra that is transmitted directly into your hearts. So may you find ultimately that awakening that will be and is your destiny to realize. So thank you.
Thank you very much. I also receive a vibration.
This occasion, I also very much thankful to your health. I remember well during the War of Nepal, you come here and you joining the Working for Peace Nepal, and we never forget your health, and working from Vietnam temple to Ashoka Pila, and you many cushion, many health, and so that the peace come to Nepal. Even sometimes the foremost Prime Minister of Nepal and different leaders, they remember, they ask me the question, when Divine Mother come back to Nepal? I say, I do not know. Because you are living in USA, you are very busy. I'm living here. So now we meet each other. So please come to Nepal and to give blessing and suggesting. Now Nepal, we get peace. This is wonderful. Another thing is, you know well, the Myanmar. Suddenly Myanmar is a peace country. Suddenly now they have the problem similar in Nepal. So please, meditating and chanting the mantra and find out solution. Let us hope to bring the peace to Myanmar like we have done in Nepal. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you so much, everyone. And my infinite love and peace and blessings to all of you. It is wonderful to see the young people looking for the answers to life and know that the greatest answers are already within you as treasures that you must seek within your own heart. And know always that the greatest treasure in life is a treasure of love. So thank you so much, everyone, for this opportunity to be with all of you today.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
You remain few minutes. Now,
yes,
any people want to put a question to the Divine Mother? Very short question. Not long, because the time very limited. No question? Then I hope the Divine Mother, please thinking seriously about the peace for Myanmar and the world. Okay?
Thank you. Thank you so much.
You should get the Nobel Prize and the Thầy Huyền Diệu Prize. Now I prepare you. By prize, I will discuss with you different Nobel Prize. We are thinking, yeah. Now we preparing the place we would like. You should get that aware. One of the first prize winner. I call the Thầy Huyền Diệu aware. Yeah, with the goal, like the Nobel Prize aware, but we have different. Now my wish is in a long time. I want to build the place stay. Even the $1 million cannot stay. If the person that has sacrificed for humanity, like fish environment, like you have done, I very much like to come to stay a few days, free, with food and transportation. Then if possible, I try to manage a helicopter and aeroplane, bring the winner to over Himalaya. No need to climb. Because
wonderful. No need to climb.
Hello. My mother, I have a question.
Yes.
Yes. Now, you know the Myanmar country, we worry so much because I think that many people they die daily. How can we do to help the Myanmar people? You have the good idea, help people, but we stay in the United. We worry so much about the Myanmar people because I feel very sad, but I don't want that some people continue to die in the Myanmar people. Please, yeah.
Well, first of all, peace begins in the hearts and minds of human beings. So let us begin by sending the peaceful thoughts to the people of Myanmar. And let us send great love from our hearts to them, so that what we think, we actualize in creation. Thoughts are very powerful. So we refrain from adding to their negative state through negative thinking. So always we should be sending the thoughts of peace, the thoughts of love to them. Myanmar itself is a very complicated political situation, which has many layers involved, not the least of which is the access to its wealth of resources, and also the systemic, aspects of this kind of marginalization based upon one's religious identification, and also one's ethnic identification. So the people in Myanmar, it is primarily a Buddhist country, but the people who are experiencing great dislocation are non-Buddhists. So in the state of transcendence, the source of all there is in that pure and perfect love, no religions exist. All right. So we must see that sacredness of life is present over and beyond any religious identification. However, as Buddhists, we must practice all of the precepts and teachings of Lord Buddha as we embrace Lord Buddha as our chosen ideal. So I want to share with you the beautiful Maha Mangala Sutra, which Venerable Thầy Huyền Diệu had brought to my attention many, many years ago. And it is also a Maha Mantra, a great and supreme mantra. So if we go over this mantra, it will help us to create the mindset of peace that we send to all of the people in Myanmar. And it says, many deities and men yearning after good have pondered on blessings, and they say to Lord Buddha, pray tell me, what is the greatest blessing? And Lord Buddha gives this sutra to explain that we should not associate with the foolish, but to associate with the wise, and to honor those who are worthy of honor. This is a great blessing. So we must be mindful who we are associating with, and to reside in a suitable locality, to have done meritorious action in the past, and to set oneself in the right course. This is the greatest blessing. And to have much learning, to be skillful in handicraft, well trained in discipline, and to be of good speech. This is the greatest blessing. And to support mother and father, to cherish wife and children, and to be engaged in peaceful occupation. This is the greatest blessing. to be generous in giving, to be righteous in conduct, to help one's relatives, and to be blameless in action. This is the greatest blessing. To loathe evil and abstain from it, to refrain from intoxicants, and to be steadfast in virtue. This is the greatest blessing. To be respectful, humble, contented, and grateful, and to listen to the Dhamma on due occasions. This is the greatest blessing. To be patient and obedient, to associate with monks, and to have religious discussions on due occasions. This is the greatest blessing. Self-restraint, a holy and chaste life, the perception of the noble truths, and the realization of nirvana. This is the greatest blessing. A mind unruffled by the vagaries of fortune, from sorrow freed, from defilements cleansed, from fear liberated. This is the greatest blessing. Those who thus abide ever remain invincible, in happiness established. This is the greatest blessing. So to really help the people in Myanmar work from that supreme source of spirit, let your minds be projecting thoughts of peace, not thoughts of violence or thoughts of misery and suffering. And let your heart be that of love. This is what you can do right where you are, for where you are is the holy ground. And you can do all these things because the thoughts, the words, and ultimately the actions are all powerful units of energy. And what you propel into the world becomes a reality. So we all have huge responsibility to put out into the world no defilements of negative thinking. Always you want to stress the peace and the love. So when Venerable Thay Huyền Diệu mentions how I helped him to bring peace to Nepal, it is not because I staged any kind of demonstrations or filed petitions. And I'm not saying that this should not be done. All I'm saying, it was purely working in spirit from that source, ensuring the purity of the mind in the thought processes and the purity of the heart to bring that peace, that love to Nepal. Everything starts in spirit first, in to out, not out to in. This is a very profound teaching and transmission that I am giving to you. So if you want to see a different outward picture, then you must create it from within first. Oftentimes, we see the screen of life like watching a movie. We decide we don't like the movie, so we move to the screen and try to change the pictures on the screen. That is working backwards. We must go to the source, the film that is within us, and change what is within, that what is projected outwards will be changed because we have made the correction within. So too, our lives are like a movie. Everything that we project outwardly is the movie of our lives. So if there is anything negative out there that you perceive, let the correction take place within. For true peace to come to Myanmar, exercise first the peace in your thoughts and in your mind. And to have the true love for the people who are suffering, then send that love, that heart of compassion that is within you, develop that and send that all through that frequency, vibratory frequency, which in and of itself comes from the sacred source. So just as I invoked the beautiful Gayatri Mantra for you, it arises out of that supreme source of pure unconditional love that spirit is. And remember now, spirit is the guiding force that moves the mind and moves the physical body. So therefore, come to the source first that is already within you. That is the greatest benefit that you can give to Myanmar right where you are every day that you live. For where you stand is the holy ground, and you must realize the divine source there. Okay? So practice that, and you will see that what you put out into the world can be made more manifest in creation, because it is a reflection of what is already within you. As citizens of the world, we each have great responsibility to discipline our mental processes, discipline our speech, and discipline our action in the ways of peace, love, and harmony. And this is the true road to happiness, which you will find within you as a fulfillment of your highest purpose in life. So thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Divine Mother. I think when during the war of the Nepal peace, so when I meet the Maoist leaders, when they was underground, they asked me how to write the plan for peace. So I spent a lot of time. I remember you also correct my text in English. Then I published. Then my text is convince them to lay out the arm. So now I'm thinking to write another book, Myanmar Peace at Hand. So please you think the idea and try to help me to finish the book as soon as possible. Okay? Then we sending the message to Myanmar leaders. Then with your help, let us try to bring them to Lumini and to Himalaya. We find a good cook and good food for them and good place for them to stay. Yeah. And then if they like, we bring the good musician, sing a song, and then after that, they forget the hatred and the peace come. That is my idea. With your health and blessing, okay? Thank you. Yeah. I think I think Divine Mother had a very spiritual power. So please now, today and tomorrow, please you think the point and you send to me. Then try to help me to finish the book. Okay? Yes,
yes, finish the book.
Yeah. Now Myanmar peace. Yeah. And then we try to convene the different leader, come to Lumini, get blessing. And then you bring your student. Your new student come and good cook for them. When we go cook the food, we chanting the mantra, like your mantra. And when they eat, the peace come to their mind and they go back, they're no fighting anymore. It's okay. That is my idea. Thank you. Thank
Good
you.
idea.
Yeah, Divine Mother. And now Thầy Huyền side, the teacher, the professor, do you have any idea? I would like to invite all of you to give the idea. And then this topic we can talk many times. Yeah, today only briefly. Yeah, very interesting. That's a question we also wonder many times. Now, every country, high technology, try their best to develop, to give conform peace. But peace is not come. Many conflict. Now you say how much time we spend for the high technology humanity. But we cannot challenge with the smallest being. COVID-19, smallest. And they trouble throughout the world. So they are stronger than us, isn't it? So this thing, we should learn a lot of things from coronavirus. Yeah, we make atomic bomb, hydrogen bomb. We can destroy so many country, mountain, but the smallest being, smallest virus, we cannot convince them. Yeah, this is also. But I have the idea. I had the idea. Yeah, I will tell you later. So now I would like to request Thầy Huyền and the teacher professor from the USA.
Yes.
You share your idea. If you have any question,
now professor, she have the idea now.
Yes, please.
Hello, Master. It's so good to meet you. Everything Mother has said, I agree with. We already have everything within us to help Myanmar, and we start with a place of love and changing ourselves from the inside out. I think to further that, everything you have said is also true. We need to eat together. We need to see that our differences are not so different. And then in seeing that, we can celebrate one another. We are all neighbors. And in order to understand that we are all neighbors and we all are a part of each other and to each other we will return, we need to dance together and eat together and laugh together and even suffer together in order to reach those places. And going back to what Mother said, that all starts first with us. Thank you, Master.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much,
Professor.
Yes.
Thầy Huyen Sơn, you when you see the photo, the picture, the speaker, thank you very much your suggestion. Let's together. You see, it's wonderful. Life is a miracle. When the war happened in Nepal, nobody believed can stop like this one. This is only one country. I follow the Buddha way and with the spiritual guide, unseen guide. So I could bring all political leaders come to Lumini and all of them listen to my voice. And when they go back to Kathmandu, then they lay out the arm. It's wonderful. I think this is one of the secret. Let's us together. Now today I'm very happy to meet you. I hope when the normal life return after the COVID-19, please you come to Holy Land and Himalaya. Work together. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Bless. Thank you.
Thank you, Master. Yeah.
Any friend from another continent, European? Today's we don't have much time, but I think it's very interesting, very exciting, very fruitful discussing. Then I wish every week we should have 1 or 2 hours regarding to the Myanmar situation. Let us send peace message. Yeah, loving kindness.
Myanmar.
Yeah. You see, I think there's the problem in the world cannot solve by materialism, but we can solve by spiritualism. Yeah, like the Nepal war. I have very much happy. They listen to me. Yeah, we similar things. Yeah, but now the question I worry: how can we try to convince them come to the Holy Land 1 or 2 days? When they come here, we ask them meditation and keep silent, and then we bring them to Himalaya, also holy places. And morning they see the sunrise, evening sunset, and we give them good place to stay and good food. Okay. Then you see when my people get peace, the peace then come. Otherwise difficult. Now you have seen many countries they have conflict, talking, fighting, cheating. Then peace not come. Peace come from not really from the mind. Yeah, honesty, sincerity. I had the solution, but I need your support and your blessing, your health. Yeah, like the Divine Mother has done a lot of things for Nepal peace. So, any question? Now we are more than 1 hour already. Yeah, more than 1 hour. Let us stop about 10-15 minutes.
Yes, Guru Lord, namaste.
Yes.
I have one question.
Yes.
My question is to compare with ancient time and modern age. My question is why modern age people got less peace and much support than ancient time?
Okay, Thank you. Question.
Thank you. Thank you.
It's just easy. Now the people think more materialism. And the ancient time, they think more good environment, spirituality. You see, in the life, now I give you example. Spirituality should be a little higher than materialism. Or if you want to really get peace, then 50-50. But now people only thinking beautiful car, beautiful house, but they do not thinking beautiful spirit inside. You get the point? This is natural. Yeah. So this is a good question. Now whenever they think, now you see now when people, something we don't want to talk openly. People thinking money. Really, money, we need the money, but money can make house, but not home. Money can buy many books, but knowledge. Money can buy medicine, but not health. Money can buy many clothes, but not the beauty. Isn't it? Money can buy the title, but not humble, not noble work. Yeah. But now the big problem for the present society, too much materialism, too much we are consumer society. Consume. And you see now, in the ancient people, we don't talk much about the equality. We don't not talk much about happiness, but we have our ancestors very happy. But now we talk too much. Competition. Even we work very hard, but people don't have much time to read. A lot of food, but people do not how to enjoy the food. Eating. Yeah. You see? And now I give you example. Now the people talk much, many people die in the poor country, but they do not talk in the rich country. Many people have a problem because they eat too much, very fat, isn't it? So let us thinking seriously. Let us think seriously about spirituality. That, for example, now you saw many countries so-called developed, advanced, but we are suffering. But they are one of the smallest country on Himalaya, Bhutan. They say the happiness is not money, it's not gold, but the real is a happiness values. Yeah. Let's us think seriously about this question. Yeah. Thank you. The question.
Thank you.
Can we have question, please?
Any question from professor from the Thay Huyền?
Ask.
Is it my turn? Is he asking?
Yeah. Yes.
Hi. I have a question. I tend to be very self-conscious.
Yes.
And afraid of looking stupid when I'm talking to other people. And it makes me, so I can't speak. I get frozen. Also, I live in a kind of violent place in America where there's a lot of prejudice and arrogance on the street. And I'm actually afraid of physical violence. So how do I move from being afraid in relation to other people to actually being serene and loving and warm and wise with other people?
You see, this is a good question, because when the people think too much materialism and they lack of spiritualism, for example, in ancient time, when the parents, they sacrifice their life for the children, and they teach the children to gratefulness. But now the parent is very busy. The parent don't have much time to teach the value of gratefulness. of the nation, of the people. They only give good food, good drink, and they don't have but a lot of time for the children. So you see, that is the big problem for modern education. And then they demand spend what again more working. And you see, for example, now what is the situation? COVID-19. This is one of the biggest lessons for us, because we are thinking too much materialism, consumer. We neglect about inside peace, only outside. So that happened. Yeah. And this also they pay the karma. You see, this I told about 35 years ago. With the country, they have they make weapon and export to the poor country and to get money. And then now the problem come to us. So the philosophy of karma, we should respect. We should learn a lot of things from the philosophy of karma. Now I give you example. For example, when the parents, when the parents, they respect to their mother, father, and then the children respect the parent. When the parents do not respect their parent, and their children do not respect them. That is the law of the nature. So now you see, now many problems. So, but let us, we can, if we are together, we can change the situation. We can change. For example, I left Vietnam 50 years, but I come to Vietnam, I also very surprised. In Vietnam, when the parents, majority to the children, they don't want to send to the nursing home. They keep at home and they bring food, water to the parent. This is a very wonderful tradition. And even in many countries I've seen. So you see, now we should think seriously about harmony, about materialism and spiritualism, and then harmony. You see, now many things is upset, confused. They also, for example, now I'm telling you, the law of the marriage in the advanced country, many volume, yeah. But when they marry, when there are some little conflict, they bring to the court and divorce. But in India, the law of the marriage, only one page only. But when the woman, the man and the woman, they marry, they live whole life. They never divorce. Why? This is very interesting. I think if later we have the time, we study. Why? But here I'm telling you, if you have time, you come to this country. There's a family, 9 people, but they live only $1 a day, but very happy life. They don't have the car. They don't have a private plan. They don't have the big house, but very, very, very happy life. Yeah. Let us, I would like to invite the professor, especially educated, the people interested to do something for young generation. So let us together to come to make good research about how we develop so many good things, but we are suffering. Yeah. It's okay. Yeah. You see, how one family, 6 person, they spend only $1 or $2. Not unthinkable, but very happy. Yeah. Very happy. Yeah. So I think the so-called advanced country, we should come to learn many happiness way, happy ways, the secret for the happiness. I also want to learn many things from them. Yeah. And when their parent old age, they never send their parent to the nursing home. They keep, and every day the children, they bring the food or bring drink to offer to the parent, and they respect the parent like God and goddess. How harmony. It's okay. Any question else? I have some secret to get the happiness, but today I think a little time. We can talk, but I can tell you this is few secret for the happiness. Few secret. In the text of the Buddha, he say one of the first happiness, he say asavana balinam. Asavana balinam, what does that mean? To keep away from the bad people. In our life, if we are not associated with the bad people, we are happy. You see, if in our life we associate with the bad people, many problems. You think when you see with some bad people, we keep away from them, then happiness. That is one of the secret. Another secret, we should be gratefulness to everybody, everything. Please do it, then you will say, wonderful. And we should respect our parent like God and goddess. Number 3. Number 4, we should associate with the good people. And the people, they believe the karma. So when we have the friend, he believe the karma, they never disturb us. Whenever we need anything, they help us. You see, now there are four secrets for the happiness. Okay? I have many, but today we don't have much time. Usually I will offer.
Okay, mang vì here, sen tofu here, rai extra, here noodles. Yeah, okay.
Any question? Yes.
I have a question. Can I ask?
Yes, please.
My question is, in your opinion, can happiness be measured and why?
Measure, then it's according to the feeling everybody. You cannot say the measure 1 kilo or 2 kilo. Yeah. According to your capacity, you feeling. You feeling this is, we cannot how we're feeling. For example, now you respect your parent, you are grateful to your parent, then many good things come to you, different way. Yeah. Well, you cannot say how. You feel by yourself. If you don't respect your parent, then you will with the bad karma. Yeah. If you don't respect to the society, and then you learn many bad things from the society. Yeah. You feel yourself. You cannot say how we feel. 1 or 2 kilo, no. That is very interesting. For example, today, when the people now they are more than 50 years old, they say, "Oh, master, I also the religious person, spiritual person. I chanting many mantra, but not happy. When I learn one of the secret, one of my Makfab, you gratefulness. I practice only 1 month and a half now. I feel very wonderful. Yeah, do it, and then you feel very miracle.
Thank you very much.
Yeah. I have many Makfab, but today I cannot tell you. Now I give you 3 or 4. Gratefulness. Associate with the good people. Keep away from bad people. You see in our life, if we can keep away from bad people, very happy. We are not tip, but we are close with the tip people. And then when the tip arrested by police, certainly the police will question us. isn't it? And when we associate with the bad people, when we are sick, if they have medicine, they don't want to give medicine to us. When we are hungry, they have a lot of food, but they don't want to share to us, isn't it? When we need money, they have a lot of money, but they don't want to lend us. You see, this is wonderful. This 3-4 Habak Pháp. I tell you today, later. Okay, the teacher and professor from Thầy Huyền side. Any question more?
You have a question more? No.
No, so grateful.
It's okay.
Very grateful.
Enough, that's it, Master. Some talk the next time.
Okay. Yeah. So I think now the time also nearly finished. I very much like to invite all of you come to Lumini and stay at the Vietnam monastery. And if possible, I try to take you go to Himalaya to take spiritual energy. I come back to have a very happy life, and then you can help many people. You can share the happiness to the people.
Yes, Master. Very much. Yeah.
Thank you very much. Good luck to you and all my blessing. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Next time
thank you very much.
Maha Mangala Sutra.
Yeah, good light. Maha Mangala Sutra. Mangala. So please think and send a peace message to the Myanmar. And if you have any idea solution, please send to me. Hope to see you next time again. Thank you. Namaste.
Thank you.
Namaste. Amida Phat. Thank you.
Amida.